Let's have an honest conversation about nut milk, shall we? Now, originally this video was just going to be a review of some nut milks. I think the science is in, and a lot of people are kind of getting hip to the idea that pounding a lot of dairy is not great for your health. So I wanted to accomplish a couple of things in this experiment. The first thing I wanted to do is test out all of these different milk alternatives to see if any of them held up, if any of them tasted good, if my son would drink any of them. And then I wanted to make a few nut milks of my own. So I went to the store and I loaded up the cart and the madness began. So my boy and I have tested pretty much every major nut milk. I'm sorry I made you do that, by the way. Are you okay? It was disgusting. We're looking at this stuff, and my conclusion after trying all of these nut milks and all the sugary ones and the ones that don't froth when you make coffee, there's a nut conspiracy going on. People are talking about big pharma. I'm talking about big nut. We're going to fight the power. We are going to cleanse ourselves of all of this store-bought nut milk, and I'm going to teach everybody at home how to make the best homemade, easy, no chemical, no sugar, no garbage nut milk right in your own house in like 5 minutes.
Why can't I hear these words? Give it into your ear. Why can't you see it when it's so fucking clear? Huh?
So my hope right now is that you got fired up, you stopped the video, you dug into the back of your fridge, you pulled out all of those old half-used containers of nut milk from the store, and you cleansed yourself. You took them outside, you got rid of them, and you're ready now. You're ready, you're prepared, you're mentally clear for the best nut milk recipe in the world. So what is the secret, you may be asking, about this mythical nut milk? And the secret is this: cashews, folks. We are using organic cashews here. The beauty of the cashew is that when you blend it up, it becomes smooth and creamy. So if you get your water ratio right to cashew, there is no more work to do. If you ever made almond milk, you know that you blend it up and you're left with all this chunky pulp, and you've got to strain it through a bag, and it gets mess everywhere, and there's still chunks in your almond milk, and it's a big headache and it's a big cleanup. And you know, we've all had our one friend that says, oh yeah, you can save the pulp, you can make some, like, you know, latkes out of it for breakfast, and I use the pulp and everything. I don't recommend that. I've tried that. It's usually disgusting. With the cashew, you blend it. You do the things. I'll teach you how to spice it up a little bit and change it up a little bit. You put it in the fridge. It lasts for well over a week. The kids like it. You like it. And most importantly, it will froth. Oh my goodness, it will froth into a nice latte coffee concoction that you will be proud of, that your friends will be proud to drink, something that does not taste like sawdust. So all you're going to need is cashews, a blender, some water, and at the end of the video, I'll teach you a couple little hacks, you know, to make some chai, add a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of, you'll see. So let's get into the world's best nut milk recipe. You're going to need cashews for this recipe, 1 cup of cashews, and you're going to add those cashews to up to 4 cups of water. I like to do about 2.5 or 3 cups of water, and I find that makes it nice and creamy, and it's almost more like a cream than it is a milk, but you just play with that ratio. For me, like I said, it's 1 cup of cashews to about 2 to 3 cups of water. Now, the reason I like to use cashews is because they are a nutrient-dense nut. They have phosphorus and iron, potassium, zinc, magnesium, a bunch of great stuff. And cashews, the fat in cashews is mostly unsaturated. They're a great source of protein, so cashews are the way to go. So what you're going to do, you're going to take these and you're going to soak them overnight. 1 cup of cashews. You're going to soak them in the fridge, and that will soften them up. And the good news is you don't need a fancy blender. You can just, even if you have a little hand blender, this will actually blend perfectly. There's no pulp to get rid of or anything like that. You're going to blend it, and that's it. You're done. Now, what I like to do to spice it up a bit is add a little bit of vanilla extract. That gives it a nice flavor. And I also like to add some cinnamon, some cardamom. I find that when you froth this up in a coffee, it almost tastes like a chai when you do it this way. And also, I go unsweetened most of the time, but if you want a little bit of sweet, this is so much better than sugar, obviously. You can use a little stevia or a little bit of organic Canadian maple syrup. So that's all there is to it. And another awesome little tip that you might not know about is that you can actually, after you've made your milk, you can turn it into ice cream. This can be blended and made into the most delicious ice cream. Another option too is to take a nice chai tea. I like this brand, Puka brand, and brew some tea, steam some of that milk, and have yourself an incredible chai latte. So you blend it up, it comes out nice and frothy, thick. Pour it into a little bottle like this. Look at how creamy that is. No chunks, just pure cream. Pop a cap on it, and this will last in your fridge for up to a week or more. It really lasts a long time. So some of my biggest concerns and complaints with store-bought nut milk was that it doesn't froth. You go to make a latte and you froth and froth and froth, and it's just, you know, turns out to be water. Look at this. This is the natural froth. Look at how thick. Look at how thick that is. This is the real deal. This makes thick coffee froth, and it's incredible. Another reason that this is the best recipe on the planet. So thank you for coming along for the ride. I know it was full of ridiculous imagery, and I had a ton of fun with my son shooting this video, but I really do believe in this nut milk recipe. It's good for you. It tastes great. I'm making ice cream with it right now upstairs. And just to be clear, I am not an anti-milker. every once in a while, I like having, some ice cream or some cream in my coffee, but really, this recipe solves a lot of those problems for me. A lot of the other nut milks I tried, they didn't froth. They were full of chemicals. So I hope you enjoy this. If you like this, if you have a nut milk recipe that you think rivals this, you can put it in the comments. If anybody out there actually knows what to do with that almond pulp and has made a recipe with almond pulp that you think is like legit and that people out there want to know, you can post that down below. I'm staying open. I'm remaining open because that's the kind of guy I am. So thank you. Thanks for watching. Please try the recipe. I know you're going to love it. If you're into forest bathing, there's a video up here you might want to check out. And other than that, I will see you in the next video.